Every local election, these parties showing up to communities and making promises.
The president is in Langa in Utenake, where he's visiting a number of families, just going inside door to door. He's actually at one of the houses now where there's no electricity, being told about the electricity challenges ahead of those local government elections. In fact, he's promising to do better.
And after that, they'll kind of disappear, with communities struggling to even get hold of their ward councillors. However, the interesting part about South Africa is that this isn't the case for all municipalities. And that should make you wonder, how do you actually know if your municipality is any good, besides being able to get hold of your ward councillor? I mean, not on paper, not in speeches, but in real life. Because local government isn't an abstract concept. It's whether the water runs, whether your lights stay on, whether the roads are drivable, whether refuse gets collected without drama. So instead of starting with how municipalities should work, let's start with how they're experienced. We'll make sense of how places with the same national government and same provincial laws can have such radically different experiences of South Africa. And we'll help you decide where your municipality falls in all of that. Okay, so here's a rule of thumb. If you constantly have to plan your life around your municipal failure, your municipality isn't working.
So we have water outages, we have electricity outages, and a lack of maintenance mostly. And
a shortage of water.
Service delivery is a problem, especially in Soweto.
If you have to plan your day around water outages, if you have to plan your routes to avoid potholes, if power cuts feel normal rather than exceptional, if broken streetlights are something you simply accepted, then whatever the reports or the councillors say, their system isn't delivering. Now, this matters because all municipalities in South Africa operate under the same national framework, the same constitution, the same municipal structures, and the same basic rules. And yet, the lived experience can feel radically different depending on where you stay. Take Emfuleni and Midvaal. They are two neighboring municipalities in Gauteng. They serve similar populations and operate under the same provincial laws. But Emfuleni has struggled for years with water outages, sewage spills, and collapsing infrastructure.
As the winter cold deepens, Emfuleni residents are feeling the bite. Apart from the endemic sewage problems and lack of services, residents have also now been left in the dark. In the CBD, some families have resorted to making fires outside just to cook their meals. A challenge for Isabel Chuma, who has a sickly daughter.
We are struggling. We are really struggling. It's been 10 days without electricity now, and I've got a small baby. He's got a problem with pneumonia. So now I have to put fire so that we can just make a warm food, warm milk. Everything must be warm because, it's so cold. And by the time the electricity comes back, sometimes it's 400 volts. It burns everything, and no one is going to replace those things.
And with exams now underway, many students here are struggling to study in the dark.
Studying is almost impossible for us at some time, so...
Businesses haven't been spared either.
We're sitting with many businesses, small businesses such as this one that's on the verge of closing. Many other businesses are having outages of 3 days, 4 days at a time. These are things that we cannot deal with.
Midvaal, right next door, not only delivers water more consistently, maintains roads better and keeps basic services functioning, they've got public libraries in townships with dedicated gaming rooms and a recording studio.
In Lakeside, one of our libraries, we have our gaming room specially designed for gaming in Lakeside. We're also very soon launching our own studio where we'll be recording your podcasts, and then we're going to have our books, we'll be turning them into your audio books, something like that, to make libraries more interesting. We are slowly but surely moving into libraries of the future. We are getting there.
The difference is stark and highlights how critical local government is in actually determining the quality of our lives. Lived experience matters. At least it should. And that's the key point. A good municipality isn't one that constantly tells you it's improving or constantly promises it'll do better next time. It's one where the basics quietly work, often so well that you barely notice them. That's why the official reports don't always match how people feel. A municipality can have clean paperwork, plans, and strategies. But if the tap is dry and the street light is broken, none of that registers in real life. The simplest question is the most important. What does daily life feel like for the people who live there? Because when a local government works, it fades into the background. And when it doesn't, it becomes impossible to ignore. So which sounds more like your town? A municipality that quietly makes life easier, or one that turns every basic task into a problem? That difference matters, and it's worth remembering next time you decide who gets to run the place you live.